It is overtime here again at Old Favorite Friday, and the beer that I am drinking today is Dale's Pale Ale from Oskar Blues. Now, for those of you who have watched this channel for a long time, well, you might be saying, hey, didn't you do this beer before? Well, yes, we did. We did the beer, probably the second or third beer that we ever featured on Old Favorite Friday, for good reason, because it's such an American classic. But that was before we were doing the long-form YouTube videos, and we were just doing the Instagram Shorts videos, and I really thought that this beer deserved a little bit more of a deep dive because of how important it is for the entire craft brewing industry in the United States. Dale's Pale Ale is exactly what it sounds like. It's an American pale ale. And when you look at kind of the pantheon of pale ales, there's tons of great pale ales that have been made in the US, but you look, for me, I should say, you look at Sierra Nevada and you look at Dale's as the two kind of pinnacles. Those are the ones that a lot of people have replicated and tried to come up with something similar to for years and years and years. Oskar Blues have been brewing since the late 90s. This beer was actually brewed for the first time in the late 90s, but they didn't can it until 2002. And that's when the entire game changed. Because before that, craft beer did not go in cans. Cheaper beers went in cans. They decided to release their beer in cans, and it took a while for the American public to get used to it. But when they did, they opened the door for us to use what is ostensibly a better closure for craft beer. There's no light struck aspect to it. The seals are often a little bit better than you get on bottle caps. In general, they're lighter, they're better for the environment. You can take them more places, and Dale's really did that for us. We still have people to this day, we switched to cans a while ago, that are a little bit upset about the bottles being gone, and I get that. If that's your preferred closure, I get it. But honestly, from a craft brewer's standpoint, I've been in this industry for over 15 years. I'd rather be in cans than be in bottles for the majority of all beers. But that's a lot about the closure and stuff and them being a pioneer in cans. Let's talk about the beer itself. What sets Dale's apart as far as a pale ale is one, it's bigger, maltier, and richer than your typical Sierra Nevada pale ale. And I love Sierra Nevada. It's up there, as like I said before, but I love the fact that there's a malt richness to this beer. I like hoppy beers that are also malty. It's something that we don't see nearly as much as we used to. And you have this great pine resin, citrus, these hints of floral hops mixed in with those caramel malts and just a perfect amount of bitter punch in the back end. I have to believe that so many people got introduced to craft beer for the first time because Dale's was there and it was accessible. They tried it and they fell in love with craft beer, and we're just so thankful that Oskar Blues has made this beer first and foremost and has continued to crank out this high quality product for this long of a time. I had the pleasure of visiting the Oskar Blues brewery when I was in Colorado. They were fantastic, showed us around, and it's still an American classic for a reason. I like to talk about food and beer pairings when it comes to these. I had to take one more sip. I love this with fish tacos, blackened fish tacos specifically. Blackened seasoning and IPAs and pale ales go really well together. There's also the fattiness of the fish. It goes really well with the body of the Dale's Pale Ale. It's not going to get lost in those flavors because there's enough oomph, there's enough malt backbone to really match power to power when it comes to that. So I highly recommend blackened seasoning, spicy dishes go really, really well with Dale's, and you can kind of kick it up a little bit because it's got a little more body to it. Guys, I really appreciate you joining us and indulging me in just talking about this beer again and having the opportunity to sing the praises of one of my favorites. Please look around the channel, look around for other videos just like this that are talking about great American and international craft beers, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.